Hello, my dear ones. A brief introduction before the start of the video. This is part 2 to Bought by a Vampire by Waterway and Wordsmith. If you have not seen part 1 yet, there is a link in the video description. Thank you for listening, and as always, enjoy. Oh, is that you, dear? Oh, my dear one, you look absolutely darling in your new outfit. Yellow is definitely your color. Come here, let me get a closer look at you. Yes, it's lovely. You really brighten up the room just by being in it. How does it feel on you? I hope it's comfortable. Good. I imagine you haven't had many opportunities to wear silk before. I just can't get enough of it. And right now, I can't get enough of you either. Now, I have to warn you that what you'll be doing today is a little different than most days. Ordinarily, decoration duty would just make some light conversation with me and as I go on about my business when I'm in the room. But even though you haven't been here long, I've singled you out for a special occasion. Oh, no need to be nervous, dear one. It's written all over your face. No, although this is important, you really don't need to do much. You see, I'm having a very important meeting today. There's a noble from a foreign country coming to visit. All I need you to do is stay by my side during that discussion. Yes, that's all. You may speak if someone addresses you, but otherwise, no need to do anything other than be your charming self. Still, I do apologize that I'm involving you in my work so soon. I really do try to start out small most of the time, but I can be quite opportunistic, and I just can't help but think of you. You'll suit my purposes flawlessly. You have a face that's both innocent and inviting, which is just perfect for today. Oh, and I've decided that we'll be doing our feeding before the meeting. Don't worry, I promise I won't get any blood on your darling new outfit. Oh, well, it's mostly just for extra effect. When dealing with nobles, it's very important to keep them from thinking they have power over you. That's why we're meeting in my home in the first place. And it's why it's important that you have visible bite marks. My bites heal quickly, so for the best effect, feeding immediately before the meeting will be best. Oh, but I hope I don't get the impression that we need to rush. This is your real first feeding, after all. I've allotted plenty of time so that it can be special. Well, with that in mind, sit a little closer to me, won't you, dear? Much better. You know, I think that being so close together for so long is half the reason I enjoy feeding. It feels like we're connecting on a deeper level. Now, show me your neck, dear. Do remember where I bit you before? I doubt you'd easily forget. I don't think I told you last time how wonderfully delicious you are. The flavor is, how to describe it? Not exactly sweet, but delicate. Yes, very delicate. And so warm. You run at a higher temperature than most, and it makes the delicate flavor fill my mouth despite its subtlety. I need more, much, much more. It's so darling, the way you gasp like that. Are you feeling a bit overwhelmed? Don't worry, my dear one. You'll get more accustomed to it as time goes on. Bear with me for now. But you can keep gasping and fidgeting if you'd like. I rather enjoy it, so long as you keep your neck still for me. That's it. You're being so good for me. I'll be sure to pamper you well for being so brave, my dear one. I think I shouldn't, but just a bit more. Warn me if you start feeling lightheaded, dear. That was absolutely splendid. I don't play favorites with my dear ones, but well, let's just say that I'll be especially excited for feeding time whenever your turn comes around. Now, let me clean you up. You'll probably notice I have plenty of warm water, cloth, and bandages ready. No need to worry about sterilization. Vampire saliva takes care of that naturally. Now, show me your neck again, dear, so I can get you clean, nice and clean. Ah, lovely. I'm really quite thrilled for you, my dear one. You have a nice, easy spot to sink my fangs into. Your blood tastes wonderful, and you clean up and heal so easily. It's almost like you were born for this. Now, let me just apply the bandages, but remember, we want to show off that bite mark with pride, so we must make sure to take it off before the meeting. I'd say you're looking more relaxed than before. That's perfect. I'm glad you react that way to my feedings. I'd like you to do your best to keep that relaxed demeanor when our guests arrive. I want it to be clear to him that you are content living here with me. You are content, I hope. Ah, I'm glad. Aside from my work, I'm making sure my dear ones are happy is my top priority in life. Or on death, I suppose. Oh, that's all right. I suppose I haven't really explained what I do. Well, I don't think there's really a name for it, but essentially I'm involved in politics. More specifically, I back people who want more power, both financially and through my contacts. In return, I charge a down payment and I'm promised reimbursement after they achieve their goals. I know it's certainly an unusual occupation, but as a vampire who's lived for centuries, I've been able to accumulate a tremendous amount of wealth and allies. This is the best way I found to make proper use of them. Take to the man we'll be meeting today as an example. He used to be a low-ranking noble in the monarchy very far from here. I'm in the process of installing him as the new king. Honestly, this is one of the easier jobs I've done. This nation has been suffering from a terrible famine, so common folk were already frustrated. I just sent in some people to rile them up further and then give them the idea to storm the castle and get the royal food supplies. During this meeting, we'll be going over how to install him as the new monarch. What's the matter, dear? You seem concerned. Well, I'll admit that my business is morally gray at best. But when you get as old as me, you realize how often these changes mean very little in the long run. I do, of course, avoid taking clients I believe will be tyrants. Chances are anything my clients chooses to do as king will be written off over in the coming generations, much as they would if the original king had remained in power. Another question? My. You're very inquisitive this evening. What is it? Ah, that's true. I didn't go into much detail about exactly why I want you to be here for this meeting. Basically, you're a reminder. Whenever my client looks at you, he'll be reminded of both my power and my kindness. You demonstrate my power by being in my possession. The simple fact that you and the other dear ones belong to me show how wealthy I am to be able to take care of all of you. And by showing off your bite marks, I'll remind him of my ancient and powerful vampiric nature. But more than that, the fact that you are so well fed, well dressed, and happy will ensure he understands that I believe in treating people well. If he plans to be a compassionate ruler, it will reassure him that we have the same ideals. If he plans to be cruel, he will know that he risks angering me. I can tell already that you can fulfill this role for me perfectly. You're so cute and just a little bit timid. Most of all, your gentle face is so calming. Honestly, I could go on and on about you, but let it suffice to say that you're just what I need for today. Oh, that's so sweet of you to say, but you don't need to repay me for anything. I don't consider you to be in my debt at all. Just being your darling sweet self has made you more worth the cost of buying you. Now, let me remove the bandages so we can see how your bite marks look. Ah, that's perfect. The bleeding has stopped, but you can tell the marks are fresh. Until it heals completely, there will be no doubt to anyone who sees you that you belong to me. Now, my client should be arriving at any moment. Until he gets here, let's enjoy each other's company a little bit longer, shall we? Hello, everyone. Again, thank you for listening. This has been part 2 to the 7-part series bought by a vampire. And I hope you enjoyed. That's all. Make sure to like the video and subscribe if you want more of this content.